you multiply two matrices together. Okay? And again, next year you guys will go through the hand-drawn, or like how to do this by hand. It's monotonous. And we're just going to go through and use the calculator for it. But there is, again, there's a relationship between the dimensions that has to exist in order for two matrices to even be able to multiply. And that is when you take them in the order that they're multiplied. So the order matters. If you switch the order, you're going to get different values with a matrix versus adding and subtracting. But what has to happen is when you set up your product like this, A times B, where A is a 2 by 3 matrix and B is a 3 by 3, what has to happen is the number of columns in the first number you're multiplying by, or the first matrix you're multiplying with, and the number of rows in the second, they have to be exactly the same. Okay, so when you look at these, what you're looking basically at is these inner dimensions have to be the same. Okay, if they are, then you can go ahead and multiply, but if they are not the same, then that multiplication is not possible. Okay, so when you look at this example right here, you need to check your dimensions first. So here you have 2 rows and 3 columns. Here you have 3 rows and 4 columns. Okay, the fact that these numbers are the same tells you that this is okay. So is this possible? Yes. If those had been different numbers, then it would not be possible. The second part to this is, if it is possible, then the dimensions of your solution are going to be the remaining dimensions. So this 2 by 3 times this 3 by 3 are going to result in a 2 by 3. So this is going to equal a 2 by 3 matrix. So when you take these two here and you multiply them, the resulting matrix is going to be a 2 by 4. And so that's the question that it's asking here. If it's possible, what are the dimensions of A times B? A times B is going to be a 2 by 4 matrix. Okay, but what about B times A? Is it possible to take B, which is a 3 by 4, and multiply that by A? Again, notice that the letters switch order here. A, which is a 2 by 3. Are those possible? Are these inner dimensions the same? No, so this one's not possible. Okay, and so, again, you don't even need to worry about this. If not possible, you would need to put does not exist in those entry fields.